Have you heard of a scam called ghost tapping? It's a new way criminals can steal money from your credit or debit card, without you ever handing it over, swiping it, or even touching a payment machine. All they need to do is get close enough with a hidden device, and within seconds your card can be charged. This scam is spreading quickly, and older adults are being targeted the most. Why? Because we tend to carry our cards in easy-to-reach spots, we're often polite when people stand close in lines, and we still trust old payment habits like handing our card to a server at a restaurant. Criminals know this, and they're taking advantage of it. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 common ghost tapping tricks you need to know about. Each one happens in everyday places: the grocery store, the bus, the diner, even at the ATM. And I'll also share simple steps you can take to keep your money safe. And before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you already do to protect your money? Share it in the comments, because your idea could help someone else. Point 1. The fake card reader bump. You're out at the grocery store, maybe picking up some vegetables or bread. The aisle is a little crowded, people are brushing past one another, and suddenly someone bumps into you. You probably don't think twice about it. After all, we were raised to be polite, to smile, excuse ourselves, and keep moving. But in that tiny moment of contact, a thief can use a hidden device to charge your credit or debit card. The device is small, often no bigger than a smartphone. Criminals hide it under a jacket, in a purse, or even inside a shopping bag. All they need to do is get within a few inches of your card. Maybe your wallet is in your pocket, or your purse is hanging by your side, and the payment goes through without you knowing. You don't see it, you don't hear it, and you don't feel it. By the time you check your bank statement, the money is already gone. I remember a story about a man named Harold, age 78, who went to a local farmer's market. He enjoyed walking through the stalls and greeting neighbors. When he later checked his bank account, he noticed 3 small charges he couldn't explain. Each one was under $10, so the bank didn't even flag them as suspicious. When we looked back at his day, we realized the charges appeared right after he had been jostled in a crowd. He hadn't even taken his card out of his wallet, yet it was still charged. So, what can you do to protect yourself? The first step is simple: carry your wallet or purse in a safer spot. A front pocket, a crossbody bag worn in front, or a zipped compartment makes it harder for thieves to get close enough. The second step is even more effective: invest in an RFID blocking wallet or sleeve. These are inexpensive, light, and they create a barrier that prevents your card from being scanned without your permission. And finally, don't be afraid to protect your personal space. If someone seems to be brushing too close in a line or aisle, it's okay to step aside or turn slightly away. That's not rudeness, that's protecting your hard-earned money. Point 2. The restaurant tap trap. Restaurants and cafes are supposed to be places of comfort, enjoying a nice meal with friends, having coffee with a neighbor, or celebrating a birthday with family. But sadly, they have also become one of the new hot spots for ghost tapping scams. This trick is what I call the restaurant tap trap. Here's how it works. You finish your meal and hand your card over to the server, just like you've done for years. In most cases, everything is honest and safe. But some criminals have slipped into these roles, or sometimes even work with someone inside the restaurant. Instead of taking your card directly to the register, they pass it near a hidden contactless reader before processing your real payment. It takes less than a second for that device to scan your card and capture the details. You're sitting at the table, talking with friends, completely unaware that your card has just been compromised. The trap is effective because of old habits. Many of us grew up in a time when giving your card to the waiter was the only way to pay. They took it, ran it, and brought back the slip for your signature. We trusted that process because it was normal. But today, with contactless payment options, there's no longer any need for your card to leave your sight. Criminals know seniors are used to the old way, and they take advantage of that trust. I'll give you an example. Margaret, a retired teacher in her late 60s, had lunch at a small diner she'd been visiting for years. She knew the staff, felt comfortable there, and had never had a problem before. A week later, she noticed multiple charges on her bank statement from shops she had never visited. After her bank traced it back, it turned out that the very day she had lunch, her card had been scanned while out of her possession, likely when it was handed over at the diner. For her, the money loss hurt, but what hurt even more was the feeling of betrayal. So, how can you protect yourself? The solution is simple but powerful: never let your card leave your hand. Most restaurants today have portable card readers that they can bring directly to your table. If they don't, you have every right to walk with the server to the register and watch the transaction yourself. And if you prefer, you can use your phone or watch for contactless payments, but keep them locked until the moment you're ready to tap. And remember this: there's no shame in being cautious. Holding onto your card until you know it's only touching the official payment device is not impolite, it's smart. Your peace of mind is worth far more than a moment of convenience. Point 3. The public transport swipe. Buses, trains, and subways are a lifeline for many people, especially in bigger cities. They help us get to the grocery store, doctor's office, church, or even to visit family. But they've also become one of the favorite hunting grounds for ghost-tapping thieves. Here's how it works. Criminals carry small, battery-powered readers hidden inside a bag, a jacket pocket, or even what looks like a regular phone. All they have to do is stand close enough to your purse or pocket where your card is kept. In the rush of getting on the bus, squeezing into a crowded train, or finding your seat, someone brushes past you. You think nothing of it, but in that split second, your card can be scanned. You don't hear it, you don't see it, and by the time you notice, your money is already gone. This scam is especially risky for older adults because we often keep cards in places that are easy to reach for our own convenience: a side jacket pocket, an outer zipper on a handbag, or a wallet in the top of a tote. That makes it easier for a thief's device to pick it up without ever touching you. Unlike old-fashioned pickpocketing, there's no tug or struggle that might alert you. The scam is completely silent. I once met James, a 73-year-old retired mechanic. He told me how, during a single 10-minute bus ride, his card was used for several small charges. A coffee shop here, a corner store there, each one only a few dollars. By the time he got home, he was already down over $200. The worst part? His card never left his pocket. It had been scanned right through the fabric of his jacket. So how do you protect yourself? The first step is to carry your cards in an RFID blocking sleeve or wallet. These are affordable, light, and make it almost impossible for a reader to pick up your card signal. Second, think about where you keep your wallet or purse when you travel. A bag worn across your body and kept in front of you is safer than one hanging loosely at your side. And if you keep your card in your pocket, make sure it's a pocket that faces inward toward your body, not outward where someone can easily brush past. Finally, keep your bag zipped and hold it close in crowded spaces. Awareness is your best defense. The next time you're riding public transport, remind yourself, a little extra caution could save you from a big headache later. Point 4. The ATM queue proximity. Most of us think of ATMs as safe places. They're often inside bank lobbies, well-lit, and watched by cameras. You stand in line, wait your turn, and focus on withdrawing your money. But here's what many seniors don't realize: you can become a victim of ghost tapping while standing right there in the ATM line. This trick is called the ATM queue proximity scam. Here's how it usually happens. You're waiting at the ATM, maybe with your wallet in your hand or your card tucked into your pocket. Someone lines up behind you. They look like any other customer, holding a phone or maybe a small tablet. But hidden inside that device is a contactless reader. While you're distracted by the machine, checking your balance, or counting your cash, the thief moves just a little closer. That's all it takes. Their device quietly scans your card through your pocket or purse, and a charge is made without you ever noticing. What makes this scam so effective is how normal it feels for people to stand close in line, especially if it's busy. Many of us were taught not to make a fuss. If someone seems too close, we shrug it off. But that's exactly the moment these thieves are waiting for. I remember hearing about Margaret, an 80-year-old widow. One afternoon, she stopped by her local bank to withdraw some money for her grandson's birthday gift. While she was in line, she noticed the man behind her seemed a little close, but she assumed it was just because the line was long. The very next morning, she discovered charges at a gas station and convenience store that she hadn't visited in months. Her bank later confirmed that those charges were made within minutes of her ATM visit. The man hadn't touched her wallet or even her card, his hidden device had done all the work. So what can you do to stay safe? First, always keep your card in an RFID blocking sleeve until the exact moment you insert it into the ATM. Second, make sure you're leaving enough space between yourself and others in line. If someone behind you feels too close, it's okay to politely ask them to step back. Remember, your safety matters more than being overly polite. Also, whenever possible, choose ATMs inside secure locations like bank lobbies, rather than outdoor machines where it's easier for scammers to blend in. And try to use them during quieter times when lines are shorter. Point 5. The public transit fare scam. Public transportation has become more convenient in recent years because so many systems now allow contactless payments. Instead of buying paper tickets or carrying exact change, you can just tap your card at the gate or reader and be on your way. For many older adults, this feels like a blessing, quick, easy, and less to worry about. But unfortunately, criminals have found a way to turn that convenience against us. This trick is called the public transit fare scam. Here's how it works. Thieves hang around the busiest parts of bus stations, subway entrances, or train platforms. They might look like any other commuter with a phone in hand, a folded newspaper, or even a music player. But hidden inside is a contactless payment reader. As you pass by the entrance gate, reach for your transit card, or step onto the bus, they angle the device toward your purse or pocket. Just like that, without you tapping anything, your card is charged. The amount is often small, just a few dollars, so it blends in as if it were a normal fare payment. Most banks don't flag it, and many people don't even notice right away. That's exactly what happened to Harold, a 75-year-old volunteer who rides the subway downtown twice a week. One day, he noticed that the balance on his prepaid transit card was dropping much faster than it should have. At first, he thought maybe he had miscounted his trips. But when he checked more carefully, he realized there were charges on days and times when he hadn't even left his house. For weeks, ghost tap thieves had been draining his card at a busy station entrance before anyone figured out what was happening. The reason this scam is so dangerous is because it blends perfectly into daily life. Most of us expect to spend a few dollars on transportation, so we don't question it. That's exactly what the criminals count on, unnoticed charges that slowly add up. So, what can you do to protect yourself? The most important step is to keep your transit card or any contactless payment card inside an RFID blocking sleeve when you're not using it. Don't take it out until the very moment you're ready to tap at the official machine. As soon as you're done, slip it right back into its sleeve. If you carry your wallet in a bag, make sure the bag is zipped and kept close to your body, preferably in front of you. And one more tip, when waiting in crowded areas like bus stops or subway gates, stand slightly to the side, away from the heaviest flow of people. This gives you more control over your personal space and less chance of a scammer brushing close with their hidden reader. We live in a world that feels very different from the one we grew up in. Years ago, carrying cash or writing a check was the norm. Today, a simple card tap can pay for groceries, bus rides, or even a cup of coffee. It's convenient, yes, but with that convenience comes new risks that many of us never imagined. Ghost tapping is one of those risks, clever, quiet, and often invisible until the money is already gone. But here's the good news, just because the world has changed doesn't mean we're helpless. In fact, being older can be an advantage, because we know the value of caution and the importance of paying attention. The scams we've talked about, from the fake card reader bump to the restaurant trap, from the crowded bus ride to the ATM line, and even at transit gates, all have one thing in common. They rely on surprise. They rely on you being distracted, trusting, or simply following old habits. Once you know the tricks, you take away their biggest weapon. Think about it like this: you lock your home at night, not because you expect a burglar to come every single evening, but because it gives you peace of mind. Carrying your card in a protective sleeve, keeping your bag zipped, or asking for the payment machine to come to your table is the same kind of protection. These are small steps, but they create big security. I want you to take a moment and think about your own daily routines. Where do you keep your wallet or purse? How close do you usually stand to people in a line? Do you check your bank statements regularly, even for small charges? Simple changes in these habits can make you far less vulnerable. And please, don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Talk about it with your friends, your neighbors, even your family members. Sharing what you've learned might save someone else from losing their money or their peace of mind. Awareness is a gift you can pass along. So, as we close, I'll leave you with this: growing older doesn't mean becoming weaker. It means becoming wiser. Use that wisdom to stay one step ahead of those who try to take advantage of you. Protect your money, protect your peace, and protect the life you've worked hard to build. And now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one simple step you're going to take starting today to keep your card safe? Share it in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else.